I wanted to make some videos to reach out to my brothers and sisters in recovery and provide a little support and encouragement and kind of relate to you guys what I'm struggling with, what I'm dealing with daily, the anxieties, some depression, discouragement, things that I have to face every day that when you're in treatment, you may not realize you have to deal with. So in treatment, we're provided with some skills and tools to deal with these things. However, we're not really faced with the right scenarios or situations that apply to us personally, individually. So, case in point, I just got out of treatment, did like 105 days at a inpatient treatment program in Spokane, and I was stressing on some things I had to deal with when I got out. I had warrants, in 3 different counties. I had a warrant in Grant County that I was going to deal with the day I got out, and I was a little stressed about it, but not until I actually left the treatment center, left the building, got in my mom's car, and I started feeling all this anxiety, all this stuff I wasn't really aware that would trigger me to use, and it surprised me. I was feeling a lot of anxiety. I knew what I was facing. I was going to court for just a misdemeanor. I knew they wanted me to do like 90 days. I knew the prosecutor was going to just talk me down, make me look bad, and he did. Called me a menace to society. I'm a danger to the community. No store owner in the whole town is safe from me. I knew that, and that's exactly what he said too. But on the way to court, I'm feeling all this anxiety, and I didn't realize that how I'm used to dealing with that is usually by drinking. Lately in the last couple of years, I haven't really done a whole lot of drugs, but I'm a savage alcoholic. Anybody that knows me knows that. And drug abuse has been most of my life too. So I'm going to court. I'm feeling all this anxiety, and the only way I'm used to dealing with it is by going and getting a beer. Calm down, and then I'll think about what I'm doing. And that's not an option now. I don't want to drink or use ever again. So that's the struggle that I face daily. So one of the tools I use to deal with this, and is one of the skills in the program I was in. They give us 14 core skills. I'm not going to go over all of them right now, but the first one is affirming. An affirmation is a positive truth about yourself, something you believe. When you give yourself an affirmation, it's something to remind yourself of what good is inside you or what good you're capable of. And so I'm going to court, feeling all this anxiety, and I just start to remind myself, no matter what they do to you, no matter what the judge says, if you got to go to jail, if you don't got to go to jail, whatever, I was probably going to go to jail. That's what I thought. So I started utilizing this skill, affirming. And what I started to tell myself was, no matter what, you're worth staying clean and sober. You're worth not taking a backslide or a back step, stepping backwards into addiction again, using over this stress, using over going to jail, being faced with drugs, being in jail, getting in fights in jail, all that stuff that I was worried about having to face. So I relied on that core skill, affirming. And an affirmation could be as simple as, man, you can tie the shit out of your shoes. You're pretty good at tying shoes. You can, I'm good at mowing the lawn. What I chose, I'm worth this recovery. My whole life will be better if I stay clean and sober, even if I have to go to jail for 3 months, no matter what they want me to do, probation, any of that stuff. It ended up being cool. They gave me 240 hours community service because I was able to stand up and share with them what I learned in the treatment program. And the program itself is just that. It's just a program. I took a lot of it in. I believe I got the most out of it that I could. But that's it. It's just a program. Recovery takes action and maintenance. And so, I was in the program, got what I could out of the program. Now I have to use it. And they don't really give us in the treatment programs, outpatient, inpatient, whatever, self-help groups. They help a lot, but just that little thing, that anxiety I was feeling was something I was not prepared to deal with. And, going over my skills and stuff, I was able to at least process it. I mean, the anxiety didn't go away until after I was out of the courtroom a couple hours later. But I was being pulled towards alcohol. That was my first drug of choice. It's what I've relied on for most of my life for anything. And so this affirming skill helped motivate me, helped me think, what, you don't have to drink. You don't have to go that route, because I know where drinking leads for me. Just waking up, getting drunk, because if I drink at night, I'm going to drink in the morning. I'm going to drink the next day and the day after that until either I end up in jail or I go use some meth to get sobered up, and then, that's a whole nother world of troubles right there. Meth, and if I'm using meth, I might as well be using heroin. And, I don't want to do that. Not only can I not do that, I'm on DOC, I'm accountable to the state of Washington, whatever. I don't want that anymore. I have goals in my life that I know I can attain. They're realistic goals, reachable goals, and I just have to get through every day. And you may not face struggles every day or significant struggles. I had a lot. This was a huge one. I had a lot of anxiety. Going to court, they're probably going to put me in jail. Tired of doing time, done lots of time. I don't want to do that anymore. I want to move forward. Going to jail would be a step backwards for me. I lucked out. I presented myself very well in front of the judge. Another thing I was telling myself is I can speak pretty well. I'm used to speaking in front of people. The last couple of months I've been doing it, several times a day, teaching lectures, giving little speeches like this. And it really helped my recovery. And that's another reason I'm doing this video. Not just for you guys out there. I love you. I care about all you. But this helps my recovery too. Being able to share with you what I'm struggling with, what I'm dealing with. So back to affirming. There's a few basic ones I want to share with you that may be helpful to you. One of them is you're worth it. No matter what, everything in life will be better if you stay sober. Everything. You're not going to be hurting yourself. You're not going to be hurting others. Well, you might, but you're not going to be doing it to serve a demon like addiction. So, you're worth it. And another one is other people, your family, your friends, society itself, your community, the place where you live, will benefit from you being sober. I know that when I'm not using drugs, the crime rate is down at least a little bit. When I'm using drugs, drinking, or whatever, I'm a criminal. I've been a criminal over half my life. That's what I do. That's my thing on drugs or whatever. So that when I'm clean and sober, I have a communication with my higher power. I don't want to, Bible bang on you guys too much, but that's one of the big things in my life. I want to please my higher power, which is Jesus Christ, and I use a lot of prayer and lots of moving closer to Him in my life. So I base my goals and things I do day to day around that. But for all you guys, man, as damaged as relationships are, as hard as things, as hard as you've made things for yourself and your addiction, there's hope for your recovery. You're going to face a lot of struggles. We all do. I'm going to make a bunch more videos, just sharing with you guys. You can like, subscribe. You can send me hate mail. That'd be cool too. Whatever you got to do. I'm just hoping, maybe one of you out there might benefit from something I have to say. So, in closing, utilize a little affirmation, a little affirming. When you're down, when you're depressed, when you're feeling discouraged, affirming gives us some degree of power over those things, or some ability to process it. Maybe time to process it. Whatever you're saying, if you're saying good stuff about yourself, you're putting yourself in a good mood. You're building up your self-esteem. You're able to identify and acknowledge some of your values. And that's another big thing right there. I'll make another video on that someday. When we're in our active addiction, what do we value? We value staying high, staying drunk, maintaining that lifestyle. I know a big thing for me, I was addicted to the lifestyle. Girls, staying high, being a criminal. I just loved all that. I loved it all. And so when I'm trying to rebuild my life and recreate myself, I'm faced with kind of like a blank canvas. What do I value? I value my higher power. I value family. I value work, getting a job, and being a good person in general. So just acknowledging those positive values, those good things that you want out of life, is an affirmation itself. So again, like, subscribe. I'll keep making some videos. Maybe you guys can reach out, share with me. I love you all. I care about you all. And with that, I'm out.